It costs us on average about $2,500 to recruit, train, and place one single foster family. There's currently 15,000 children in the state of Georgia in foster care custody.
Hi everyone, I'm Matt LaMarsh with Keller Williams First Atlanta, and this is Selling Sandy Springs. So why don't we start out with who you are and where we are today.
My name is Andi Swan. I'm the Director of Donor Engagement, and we are at Bethany Christian Services of Georgia.
Perfect. And tell us a little more about Bethany and what you guys do here, all the services that you guys offer, the families that you help, so on and so forth.
So the mission statement of Bethany is kind of complicated, but I'll break it down.
Yeah.
The mission is to demonstrate the love and compassion of Jesus Christ by protecting children, empowering youth, and strengthening families through quality social services. So while we are a faith-based organization, we are a social service organization first and foremost. So we want to serve and place vulnerable children. So that is demonstrated in 4 main lines of service. So our largest program is foster care, and we have many different types of foster care, but that is by far our largest program. So we recruit and train foster families. We do not have any group homes. We really want children that come into foster care custody to experience a normal family life. So we are looking for individual families for our foster families. We have adoption programs, both foster care adoption and domestic infant adoption. And we serve expectant moms that have crisis or unplanned pregnancies. So we have a team of pregnancy counselors that are on call 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. And if a young woman contacts us or a young couple contacts us and they don't know what to do, don't know what their next steps are, they can text to chat, they can fill out an online inquiry, they can call an 800 number, and our pregnancy counselors will meet with them. The ideal is within 2 hours. So pregnancy support, adoption, foster care, and then post-adoption support. And we have a full team of licensed clinical therapists that work with our families, because even whenever a child is adopted as an infant, they may pass through a period of grief and loss, and our therapists work with the children and the families to form healthy attachments and become a healthy family.
Perfect. How long have you guys been around, and what's the history been like here?
So that's a great question, because we are approaching the month of November, and we celebrate our 30th anniversary in November. We came to Georgia in 1989. Bethany of USA, which was founded in Western Michigan in Grand Rapids, was started in 1944. So if you're doing your math, that's 75 years ago. Whenever Bethany was opened and chartered in Georgia, it started off with pregnancy support and adoption only. We added foster care in 2003. And we have always had a location in North Atlanta, but we moved to this location in 2011. So we're located off of Peachtree Dunwoody Road. That is our home office here in Georgia, but we serve the state from 5 locations. We have a location in Rome, a location here in Sandy Springs / Dunwoody, a location in Athens, a location in Columbus, and a location in Augusta. We just opened a 6th location in Morrow, Georgia, so we're serving Clayton County in a physical location. We do serve the entire state of Georgia, but we don't have a bricks and mortar location in every place. We are looking at expansion in Brunswick or Savannah, and possibly in Gainesville.
Nice. Very good. You just mentioned how widespread your services offered here in Georgia are. How many different people do you think Bethany has impacted?
So in 2018, we served and placed 3,800 children through adoption and foster care in our counseling services. We served 13,000 people. So whenever you count the children and the parents together, that's the number.
Absolutely. Very good. And so give us an example of the process, how someone gets engaged with whether they've been thinking about adoption or fostering or really anything. What's the best first step for them?
So I'll answer that by telling you what our greatest needs are.
Sure.
So our greatest need is what we call resource families. So that is families, and they can be single parent households. I do want to point that out. There is a misconception that to be an adoptive or foster parent, you have to be a married couple. We do have a large number of adoptive and foster parents that are single parent homes. So for families to attend one of our orientations, and those come in two different forms. We do have those at our various locations throughout the state. We also partner with churches and have Discover Bethany events, and you do not have to be a member of that church to attend. A lot of the churches that we partner with like to use those as an outreach to their community. So an orientation or a Discover Bethany event is about a 90-minute presentation. The first 30 minutes talks about the broad spectrum of what Bethany does, and then the remaining hour goes into two different breakout groups. So if you're interested in adoption, you go to one. If you're interested in foster care, you go to the other. There is no commitment. It is strictly an informational briefing, and they really go there. They really give you the information that you need to consider as a family before you commit to anything.
Sure.
So I'm very proud of those events. I feel like they give you the right amount of information to prayerfully consider before you walk through the process. So resource families, adoptive and foster families. If you decide to move forward after the orientation or an interest meeting, that will count towards your state requirements. Bethany has to operate hand in hand with the state of Georgia, with the Department of Family and Children's Services, in order to provide foster care. And so they set all of the policies and procedures that we have to follow in order to license and approve foster families.
Perfect.
So you can go to an orientation, and that will start the process for you if you wish to move forward at that time. So that's the first thing. We also need financial supporters. It costs us on average about $2,500 to recruit, train, and place one single foster family. There's currently 15,000 children in the state of Georgia in foster care custody.
Wow.
So we need a lot of foster families. So whenever you put those numbers together, we need more and more financial supporters. So someone might not be in a position to actually foster or adopt, but they can support Bethany in that process. They can also give towards a scholarship program for families that might not be able to afford the full cost of adoption. So there's many different ways to get involved.
Yeah, perfect. So I know you guys have an event coming up in a couple weeks here. Tell us a little more about that.
So there's 2 months throughout the year that mean something specifically to us at Bethany, and that's May, which is Foster Care Awareness Month, and then November, which is National Adoption Month. So in celebration of National Adoption Month and in observance of our 30th anniversary, we have a fellowship dinner. It's going to be on Saturday, November the 2nd. It will be held at Villa Christina, and there is no charge for the event, but it is a fundraising event for Bethany, so there are multiple opportunities to support Bethany. There is both a silent and a live auction. There is multiple opportunities to give gifts in kind, to make an actual outright gift if someone is looking for tax benefits, or if someone is just passionate about saving the lives of children. It's an excellent opportunity to get plugged in. Complete details for the event can be found on our website, and Bethany is in 36 states across the U.S. So if you go to bethany.org, just make sure you're going to the Georgia site, which is bethany.org/Atlanta.
Gotcha.
There's multiple tabs. If you click on meetings and events, that's where you can find our fellowship dinner, and they can register, they can donate, they can find out more information. We do have 2 guest speakers. We have Willie Moore Jr., who is a syndicated radio host here in Atlanta that was adopted as a child. We also have Joan Palmer, who is a Hall of Fame pitcher in Major League Baseball, and he will be sharing his story as he was adopted as an infant as well.
Very cool. Very cool. So you mentioned earlier, if someone wants to start the process of adoption, foster care, however they want to get involved with you guys, the best way to do that is through the website, right?
Yes.
So there's more information there if you want to get involved, but also if you want to start the actual process, they can visit the website. Obviously, there's more information there as well, but is there anything else on the website that someone can expect?
You can see a host of our services. You can see our global services as well, because Bethany is not just a domestic organization. They are a global organization. We serve refugees in multiple countries. We are also helping to establish foster care systems in countries where they have never had them before, as opposed to plopping children into orphanages. So there's many different things that they can look to find out. And again, it's www.bethany.org/Atlanta.
Atlanta. Perfect. Very good. Thank you so
All right.
much for your time.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.